is switched up here, except for Mr. Juan and Jet, who are on there, Sova and Jet. So we get to see a bit of flexibility. And if you have the same pop-off performance, I think that speaks so well as a player and as anybody from the outside looking in as we look to kick things off here. Map number 2 in the grand final. Should YFP get it done here? They take the cake, the lion's share of the $2,500, as well as the 800 points to try and secure a spot for Summer Champs. But of course, they've got DarkZero standing right in front.
And DarkZero's map pick nonetheless, and a map pick that looked really good for them previously. They'll need to get Screwface online with that operator, especially on the defense. Maybe not so much on the attack, but we'll have to see how these rounds go. That's YFP on the defense to start out with. But a cold feet from DarkZero as they explored into A main, but didn't want to go too deep.
I'm expecting that fight for that orb, at the very least, from DarkZero on the attacking side to get that in the back pocket of Ainge. As that door comes down, it's taken down almost immediately. Worldwide stops the push from B main, but can't stop the push coming out from mid there. Is Anderson going to go wide on the shots? The Forsaken Classic. It's barking, but it's not biting. Kohler takes a bite out of 2 onto the side, opens up things on B, and Mr. Juan now in a rough spot. A winnable round with 2 members low on HP. Anderson still one to be wary of as he's far off the site, but the 3 remaining are right here on it. That spike hasn't been planted yet. Last one standing is Mr. Juan. He takes a couple of shots in the back. The Paranoia going to blind him up, and Kohler is there to find the frag. DZ will find themselves the pistol.
Yeah, DarkZero on low HP, but not low enough for a player that's blinded to actually get the kills required. So 3 alive walking through. Kohler on 4 out of 7 as well, and Kohler was the guy that dropped over 30 in our last map, I believe. What was the final score? It was above 32. It was at least 32 the last that I checked. Now straight away after the pistol, he's on 3, so 4 out of 7. Looking over towards the anti-eco, and this is where we're expecting big things on the anti-eco, because, you know, DarkZero, I'll say it like the 3rd or 4th time in a row, but they just get a lot of value on these anti-ecos. They don't lose any players, and we'll see how they handle the aggression from YFP, who walks directly into mid.
Just moving as 5 here. And really, I mean, you give up the A site for free, but the one player that you might find kind of lurking a bit late is going to be in a tough spot. Kohler, oh, has the Bulldog, though. It's a bit better than the Spectre in situations like this. Worldwide is able to find one onto Anderson, who's also able to grab one themselves. It's all up to Mr. Juan. Shots over the box, so they're making it hurt here. Taking away a few weapons. Going into the bonus for DarkZero. Bulldog now picked up as Ainge tosses out the curveball, finds the flash and the shot. So 3 remain for DarkZero as they go into the bonus up 2-0.
I'm a little surprised that Kohler went that deep for it. I mean, at that point, you already have your lockdown initially, your lockdown built up. And searching for the last kill doesn't really do anything. If anything, play that safely, wait for a teammate to arrive, let them have that kill and build the other ultimate up as well. 6-1 though, you appreciate that. Decent. Does cost them a Bulldog, or does cost them a life, so a single rebuy. What now will now be YFP's proper gun round. It's Odin online for Mr. Juan, but low armor. Everybody else pretty stacked up as well in the defense.
Standing ahead.
Get in position. Oh my god, what a play! The flash, the spray down, 4 kills, and only 1 answered back. A near flawless rifle round for YFP to get on the win column. Oh my god.
Yeah, we were just patiently waiting for that play as well, thinking, what is going on here? Bit of slowness, but it was well prepared and it was well read as well. I mean, that was just a heads-up play from YFP. They flashed on through, and there's a number of times where you do that and nothing's on the other side. You flash in, you swing, Jet's there, and it's like, oh, it's completely clean, or maybe it's one person, maybe it's just Screwface. He dashes away to safety, and you find nothing from it. But this is one of those rare moments, one of those special moments where you do swing through, flash catches everybody, and it's an instant team wipe.
That was just the bonus, but even if you had rifles in hand, or really anything to write home about in terms of Arsenal being a tough spot, the lockdown position, I believe, changed up. So yeah, a little different, playing just underneath that alt orb as Ainge. The run it back just has not been working. Jet gonna get caught out. Mr. Juan as well on the side as Screwface just pushes through the run and gun with the Odin. Now Mr. Juan pulls out an Odin of his own, but unfortunately it's just a second too late as Reformed hops in that kill feed, cuts the numbers down by 1 for DarkZero, but they still have a 1-player advantage. Ooh, run it back used though. Reformed looking for something extra, not gonna spray through the tall box, instead will be sprayed down himself.
Yeah, now the last 3 players are going to struggle to get on towards side. They've been spotted out as well. They've been tagged out. There's multiple utilities still available for DarkZero. Especially that turret that is just doing so much. This is getting very difficult. I think YFP at best could look for exit frags, but they won't even get that. You can tell the success from the lockdown coming through from the fact that, yeah, the angle from Cola was shifted up. And Cola gets a nice timing on the lockdown because he got a number of frags in the first 2 rounds that led to a fast lockdown being initiated. And that was also YFP staying on B more than they wanted to, or more than they should have, because they thought that it was just going to meet the one, drop it in a double shock, destroying the lockdown, and just play your angles. But because they failed to do that, because the lockdown position had changed, 2 players got detained, and both those players got run down.
And Jet tried to dash away. I wonder if the door had closed just in time for Jet to get stuck on the site, because he just completely sped past that market door and went right into logs to be detained. So that was just kind of insult to injury there on top of that lockdown not being destroyed. And I mean, from Ascent to Asgard, as it's become the home of the Odin. We saw Screwface using it in the last. Harmon obviously still wielding that one and standing across Meester 1 had one as well. Well, actually the Jet dashing on with the Odin in hand is going to assume a position out towards Jenny. Tries to find the spray down, but has to answer to the knives as Reform taps on the board. Oaken as well. And they're all starting to mow down. The 4 players, they step onto the site A for free. They're snatched of their lives. And now Kohler, the lurker, the last one standing, has 5 to worry about.
I am honestly really surprised by the strategy employed by DarkZero here, where they go double Odin, then they hit A. Typically, if you're going to go double Odin, I would assume try to put the pressure on towards B. Now, I can see where the Odin can have value onto A as well here, as we're honestly just going to watch Kohler maybe get 1 kill here. He's in a 1 versus 5, so not really expecting too much.
30 seconds.
They kind of just walk in towards A main, and I don't know what the Odins really give you there. You can spam through into heaven, and that's kind of the only real value. And the Odin, I think, really fails to challenge the rifles in normal upfront gun deals. So DarkZero, to me, did themselves no favors there. They will go into more normal weapons now. Screwface finally finds that operator and has a Blaze available.
And I guess you could tell that DarkZero are still in fairly good spirits when Screwface is Odin in hand, Cloudburst, updraft, tailwinding onto the A site as if, you know, it's just a normal play for the Jet to have the Odin in hand. And now with that, like you said, the operator online and being in good spirits tells me that Screwface could be in for a couple here in this round. And the hot hands just narrowly misses out there. That's a lineup that we've seen a whole lot of. And unfortunately, that one going to go wide, so it should mean a free alt orb here as Ainge works closer to the run it back. We've yet to see a whole lot of value out of that one, so keep your eyes on that Phoenix. Next couple of rounds should have that alt online.
YFP aren't going for any sort of aggressive play here, so they're not going to be playing into Screwface's operator. I don't know if YFP realize that there is an operator on board. They probably don't. Done the due diligence, at least in playing discipline, to not get baited by it, so I'm going to find the value on the sniper just yet as DarkZero starting to make their way over towards B. It should be a B finish here with a bit of a lurk in mid from Anderson, and as the turret goes down, that's when DarkZero move forward.
Deploying drone.
Recon pole tossed out. Owl drone going to be used as well. Doesn't spot anything just yet as Ainge tosses up the Blaze wall. They do start to assume their positions on the side. It's Screwface. Tip the spear once more. Ainge clearing out the corners. Oaken to find the kill. Screwface now to swing. Oaken finds the headshot. 2 players down as they push onto the site. Make it a third. Now Harmon and Anderson need to have a few huge kills here. It was a 1v5 in the last, now a 2v5 here. YFP reading this DZ team like a book as Harmon trades back a couple. A 1v2, a bit more doable, but the spike to be planted and needs to find a way to play off the site because you do not want to be corralled here. It's going to cancel there. Now needs to stick this one and should just get run down. Worldwide is going to swing around. Paranoia comes out, and there it is. The kill to follow. Harmon. Oh, that, I don't know if he meant to come off there, Avril.
I think he got scared. I think he heard a footstep or he heard something. He really got spooked there. Because he was about half a second off from just committing the plant, and he wishes now he did commit the plant because it was nothing there. He got spooked by nothing, just trees blowing into the night. And that ends up costing the round. Well, I mean, maybe he loses the round anyway. It is a 1v2, and originally I was going to look at that and say, yeah, you have YFP coming in, just both players work off each other, should be fine. They can win that 2v1 as long as they can trade effectively. But the fact that Harmon sadly doesn't even give himself the chance to make a clutch happen is a little bit disappointing. So unfortunate. He got off the spike, and that's the round over.
And round down, but coming into the next, blades used, and well, Worldwide does it again. Snipes Screwface out of the air with the Vandal. It's a headshot as Mr. Juan goes back to work with the Odin. And well, this is looking very familiar here for DarkZero.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much effort here. YFP will find their 4th round in short order. Jets just farming up frags, and this is where YFP want to find as many ultimates as they can. Get them on Reformed, ideally. I mean, Reform should be very close to a runner back at this stage, as Harmon's going to run through everything. Turret spots him out first. The alarm will be next. And nothing to write home about. Easy as you like it.
Yeah, that is, well, that's just good Killjoy utility set up there to find that frag. A flawless round for YFP as we go into another buy here for DarkZero and a couple of ultimates online. And again, here's the run it back. Ainge has to do something different with that ultimate because has failed here on Ascent. Both times we've seen it thus far to find a whole lot of value off that ultimate.
I mean, I think the biggest value you can find, well, just standard value for me, biggest would be you run in and kill everybody, but standard value for me would be you run in and you force back YFP, and that's usually going to be enough, and you get some good scouting done, you get some area control done, you let the rest of your team enter while you exit out of your run it back form after you inevitably die in towards it. This time around, though, you did see some early aggression in terms of utility coming through from YFP, but no massive follow-up, and DZ did not commit either, so no spray down either.
And they're so afraid. Both times they pushed this way since that spray down round, they've actually used the hot hands to try and clear out Wine. So won't have that utility to heal up, and hot hands going to be traded out to try and stop the push. And maybe that's enough to deter them here, knowing that the Phoenix is on A. That spike in the rest of the squad for DarkZero back towards mid.
They leave Screwface behind as well in Wine after clearing it. I think clearing Wine every single round is good practice anyway, and you can clear it out most rounds, but after you've done that most round and the defense is aware you've done that most rounds, they stop putting people in towards Wine, and then you can feel safe that there's no one playing Wine anymore. It works both ways here. You talked about running back finding value. Let's see how much this gets.
Ainge popping that one up, takes down the Recon Bolt, runs around and gets sent right back. Does spot out one player, but one still unknown on the site. Make it 2 unknown.
Where are they going?
On the site, and yeah, the spike actually headed the opposite direction, so I believe that from the shot. Oh my God, Reformed is able to find 2 as they push up onto the site, and now it's all down to Kohler in a 1v4 situation. The spike is on the floor, the clock is ticking down, and YFP stalwart in their defense here on Ascent.
I am so surprised and maybe a little bit confused there as well, because if you're DarkZero and you want to run it back through market, find some space, and okay, yeah, you're not going to get a kill during this, but it's an advanced drone. You treat it, this is a very expensive advanced drone, and you understand that there's a player with an Odin that's going to be Mr. One hiding over towards spawn. Follow your runner back through. Use that player to gain control of the actual site itself, but they kind of just got cold feet there. They exited completely because they only had 20-ish seconds remaining. They're sprinting their way into A short. And guess who's there? Reformed. He hears everything. And there's no time to shift. There's no time to walk. So Reformed gets an easier spray down because he's prepared. He knows everyone's running in.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, that's as much value as you could hope for. Now, granted, it is on an eco round. Finding frags with that run it back is more than enough. Obviously, DarkZero now down a player have a lot harder of a time as they dash onto the side. Anderson can use that from the shadows to hop on as well. The rest of the squad from YFP will slowly bring up the rear as those shock darts push Harmon off the normal plant spot back into something different. Hunter Fury used. Harmon able to find a double kill on the, or excuse me, Mr. Wong able to find a double kill there. The lockdown comes through. A lot going to be used from YFP just to secure the round, and I mean, this should be an easy one to do so.
I am very happy if I'm DarkZero here. Yeah, you lose the round, but you just forced 3 ultimates from YFP in an eco. Like, hello? What? That's massive value. And you got 2 kills. So, now that we walk into a gun round, guess what? Lockdown, run it back. What else was used there? Hunter's Fury, all gone.
Yeah.
All gone. All out of there. That's a massive W for DarkZero as far as economy concerned, utility-based economy. It sucks because you lose a round, but you were going to lose a round anyway. The fact that you take away that much util is great.
Yeah, the win on that round is, an afterthought. But so what I got tripped up on was Harmon actually also got the spike planted, so narrowly escaping death. And then all of those ultimates on top of it, your economy starts to get bolstered because you get some extra credits for the plant.
Yeah.
And then the ult economy standing across from you for YFP, it goes out the window. Now they do still have full weapons, and Jet is still rocking the operator, holding an aggressive angle out towards B, spots out Kohler, finds the kill, and well, that's a horrible way to get things started, as they do put a player out towards Wine is YFP. It should be cleared. How much can Reform get for it? The dash into the player as Anderson goes down. Reform looks for some more of the hot hands. Gonna force him away as Worldwide looks to go aggressive. Will back away, and he pushes forward, trying to find the fight, but just loses out. DarkZero in a 2v5 once more. Name a better duo than DarkZero in 2vx situations, as they do find one frag back. And how much does that amount to? Screwface the next to fall. Now Harmon, the next on the docket, looking to clear out the flank. The opposite here. The shots go wide, and he stays alive for a moment longer.
Yeah, but he is caught out here. And this stage as well, YFP don't need to push. They just wait for Harmon to cross line of sights, and Worldwide will find him. And that's just going to be YFP again setting up for a Wine play. And that's the other thing as well, because they haven't done a Wine play for so long. And yeah, by the way, you do see the hot hands coming in from Ange to clear out Reformed. But even knowing that he was going to get cleared out from Wine, he makes a play anyway and just syncs up with the rest of the roster to have flashes available, have util available, to have a swing out. And you even see, by the way, Screwface drop down a cloudburst smoke. That smoke actually helps Reform get back to his own team briefly before he eventually does go down. But small things like that end up slightly helping YFP out just a bit more.
And Kohler still playing this angle. This is, in typical Kohler fashion, this is where you'll basically see that killjoy for the entire game on the attacking side. But with this round kind of fallen by the wayside, Zokin goes down there. Screwface lives with 1 HP.
Okay,
and
sad
a
about that.
dream. Yeah, that's a
He looks at the
149.
combat report and he's like, 149, really? Okay.
Yeah, this is surely an 8th round for YFP as Anderson gets caught out there. One rifle, I believe, that they had now stripped away. Screwface, 1 HP, dodges out on the shock dart. And it's just a waiting game at this point. The spike creeping on up. Harmon sniffs out Reform, takes him down, and maybe making me eat my words here. That's a weapon to be retrieved.
A's kind of free. A is kind of open right now, but do they walk directly into just the one or what? Because you don't want to drop the spike here. Look at where the spike is. Yeah, it's on the ground. Harmon. Yeah, it's just loose that into the middle of nowhere, and that's going to call over the rest of the YFP reinforcements. They have to help out One because they know One should be under trouble. Somehow wins a duel versus Edge, despite being flashed up. And how is that play possible? A pistol straight to the face of Screwface. I think I just found my sweet play.
Round before the switch.
And on a 360 on top of it, the 360 right click to sit Screwface down, a 3K to close out the round. Mr. Juan, that was, quite honestly, the most heads-up play that we've seen today, especially because that round at a certain point was looking winnable, a thrifty win for DarkZero, but he plays it so smart back in spawn.
And that's why, everyone needs to remember, it's like everyone's currently probably saying, it's like, oh yeah, anti-eco, it's pistols, whatever, but you're right. That was DarkZero on eco in a really winnable position, because they get Mr. One down, that's a different story. Now we're looking towards a DZ thrifty win. And they need all the wins they can get. We're looking towards another 4-8 recovery. They desperately need this round. Runner back goes in. Here comes a dash. Screwface is punished.
Immediately as Screwface dashes onto the side, answered, but there's the answer back. No, the flank. Oh my God, Reformed, you madman. Trades out the run it back and is able to find 2 kills on the flank. Now DarkZero still a player down, but the spike is planted. They have the rifles, but do they have the wherewithal to close out the round? Worldwide picks up one on Kohler Anderson. Now the last one standing, forced away underneath heaven, finds the first, cannot find the rest, and YFP will go on to their attack with a 9-3 lead.
It's another 9-3 lead as well, because we got that previously on Icebox. We know how that ended. It actually ended in OT, so maybe it's possible. It means you can't count out DarkZero, but it does also mean DarkZero need another massive comeback play, and DarkZero are gonna have to get a pistol if that's like a minimum requirement here, because if DarkZero don't get pistols, they're in hot water. I mean, they already are in hot water. They'll be in hotter water.
This has got to be daunting here. A really long game. And I say really long, sure, it was only one overtime, but it was overtime nonetheless. And so taxing in the sense that DarkZero had to battle back so hard just to get to overtime, then to lose it in map one. They come into this one, they seem refreshed, they seem all fine. Obviously, it's a very, very long day playing 3 series as a whole. But now looking at a 9-3 at the half, they need to find the pistol and they need to be strong and stalwart here in their defense. And that shock dart, a great start. Jet chipped away at.
Chip away on the other side as well. Harmon takes a bit of a licking, and neither side has any healing available. No Sage is being played here. Ange, the first casualty, and Ange was on full HP as well. So how much more can one actually do over towards B? You're forcing over rotation. You can see that Anderson's making his way over, and this is already good in terms of YFP, just pulling members of the defense over onto the side they're actually not committing on. This will be an A finish, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, spike finally being retrieved. It is going to link up with the 2 that are still holding it down outside of A main. It's DarkZero, a down a player again, just not able to find anything early in these rounds, always on, what feels like the back foot in terms of manpower, in terms of firepower. Now the A hit to take as Jet hops on. DarkZero. Ooh, they were going to hold their ground for a second, but Screwface goes down through the dark cover, and Armin narrowly missing out on death as well as Oaken on a huge flank here. So again, just insult to injury has been the name of the game here for YFP. Is you take care of the ones on the site, you have to worry about the ones behind you. Is Anderson, and oh my god, if you blinked, you missed it. 10-3 for YFP.
I mean, I think Oaken blinked twice and missed it because he was on the perfect flank, like you said, but everyone died before you got there. I was looking at Oaken on the minimap, like he's got a multi-frag up for grabs right in front of him, but timing would have it that the rest of YFP are just going to get the cleanup. And if you're DZ right now and you're staring into this situation, you're thinking about forcing. A defensive force here really sucks. It does not feel good at all because it's hard to make use of this force. Potential way they can maybe think about doing something with it is, paranoia through to B main and then have your guys push up. There's actually only one stinger, so it's not really a force. It's kind of like a hero stinger, if that's even a thing.
Yeah, I mean, Screwface has been trying to bring us back to the good old days of the Stinger meta. That's kind of the tried and true, the off-meta pick for the Jet. But yeah, it's just really not enough to mount this defense against the firepower of YFP. It's going to take, again, heroics, which have been absent this game for DarkZero.
So if DarkZero, the fact that they don't force here means they're almost committed to accepting the fact that YFP go up to 11. Which at that stage means DZ only have 1 life to give in terms of rounds. That's grand finals time as well. I mean, we're on the last half here. Reform goes through, possibly a good couple of flashes. Getting nothing done so far. In fact, this is a big punish. Oh. How have DarkZero done this? They've actually got a number of kills, put Worldwide as the only member of YFP, and now YFP in trouble.
And Worldwide, okay, maybe has information on both players out towards that tree room. Does have the spike in hand, 1 away from the shadows. Is going to find that kill onto Kohler. Not the kill onto Ainge, though. DarkZero hold on after a force buy to grab their 4th.
Dude, no shot. DarkZero actually won that, and they didn't force buy. They only got that 1 stinger, which is why everyone except for Screwface, who had the stinger, can actually get a rifle now. So they won that with a hero stinger, and the hero stinger didn't even get them kills. It was everybody else, and the pistols was YFP rocking up into A, and DarkZero actually getting the cleanup and then winning the 2v1 with no equipment versus who was it, Worldwide, who had a Bulldog. That Bulldog now in the hands of Screwface, and if we were talking about DarkZero maybe rescuing rounds, losing a pistol, but getting that second round in the manner that they did, now into a proper buy, that's about as good as you can get.
DarkZero need to give respect to this YFP roster. This is not a round that you can afford to lose. This is a round that you want to start to get those ults tallied up onto some of these players here. Dange, Phantom in hand, Jet holding this high angle out towards A main, trying to stop any aggression as the Nano Swarm going to be popped. Try and clear things out towards tree. Reformed. Get a bit of damage as the turret gets some information onto one. Mr. Juan still looking to swing it. Will eventually fall by the hands of Kohlers. The first frag swings away of DarkZero. It's one of the very few times we've seen them with the lead early in these rounds. It's pretty expected here. We'll see if it continues. Jet inside the dark cover. Curveball going to be queued up. Flash comes through. Ainge going to be taken down. Worldwide finds another, and the A side opened up. No, Anderson still holding it down, finding the frags. YFP down to their last two, and Worldwide is still sending out shots. Oaken has since upgraded to the Phantom. The From the Shadows has been used in the spike to the B site.
Oh, and this is now really winning for YFP because they have a rifle on board, and DarkZero have 2 low members. Oaken with the potential timing here as well. Perfect on the screw face, who already on 1 HP was susceptible to being wallbanged. Now, with Worldwide going down, I think Worldwide should have been a bit patient there. That's actually a massive loss. The fact that Worldwide goes down, and they know Oaken was kind of hanging out mid, DarkZero can start progressing over towards the point. Oh, that wasn't a kill! Oaken, you didn't get the kill, no way! That could be so costly.
Now just literally needs to run it down to try and find these frags. And is able to do so. Oaken goes clutch.
My genius doesn't stop in the lab.
I can't believe that. DarkZero lined up. Harmon actually just stood in front of it. Was an Edge. He just stood there lined up together. And Oaken, yeah, you better time that one out like holy crap. Oh man, I don't know who I guess I was going to say I don't know who I feel worse for. I guess I feel bad for DarkZero because that was versus a full eco. A full eco with, I mean, yeah, okay, there's upgraded pistols. I count upgraded pistols as a full eco because if it's pistols, it's an eco. And off the pistols, Oaken gets a gun upgrade. And with that gun upgrade, he wins the round. Even with Worldwide, in my opinion, throwing away his life. Worldwide had no reason to peek and die there. Worldwide just staying alive as long as possible on a pistol buys time for Oaken to finish that round and win. And even in a 1 versus 2 where he fails to kill Harmon, and he thought he got the headshot, he thought he got the kill, realizes he didn't get the kill, turns around to try and finish Harmon, it's too late. So despite all of the mishaps of YFP in the comedy of errors that led up to the final 1v2, somehow Oaken still wins that because DarkZero line up.
And I mean, and that was only a matter of time before we saw Oaken actually get something done. Been fairly quiet this game. Obviously, still low in deaths, you know, still positive in terms of KD, but just has that clutch factor. We saw it on Icebox, so it was only a matter of time before we got it here. I guess my biggest question in that is, why was Harmon on the Owl drone? That seemed like, I mean, I think you just hold down the 100 rounds in the Odin and slow down Oaken. Now Oaken won't be around to clutch out this one. Yeah, just, you said it, a comedy of errors made on the side of YFP, but it turns into a round win. Now DarkZero find themselves on the front foot this time around. Up a player, but still a run it back to worry about.
Yeah, there's just so many things that went wrong there. Let's see if things can go right now. Runner back being used by YFP, instantly shut down by Harmon. So despite DZ being on, you know, a pretty bad buy. Oh my god, okay, Harmon, chill out for a second. That's technically 3, even though one of them was on the runner back. Okay, DarkZero just won an eco. Why not?
Yeah, wow. I mean, that is... Is there... What is going on? It was the hero stinger for DarkZero. They found the round win. Then YFP, somehow we run through this circus show of a round and they're able to squeak it away off of a thrifty themselves. And then we get that one. What is going on? Is this Valorant? What's happening, April?
It's NA Valorant.
Yeah.
Right, hero rifle for Oaken. Look, he might be the bottom fragger, but when it comes, you know, push comes to shove here, Oaken delivered on the last map, and he delivered in a 1v2 earlier as well. Let's see if he can deliver now on this hero rifle, the only chance that YFP have in this round. To be fair, they're like way ahead in rounds, so, you know, I'm not going to underplay them at all. YFP could even comfortably lose this and, you know, come back and win this map and win the entire grand finals. DZ, though, have been given a pretty good opportunity. This is their opportunity to farm up, and they're pretty good on anti-ecos. They're lacking 3 ultimates right now, and this is where they can get those ultimates.
Ainge very close to a run it back. He's going to be first to contact. Now the ult online goes through the dark cover and will eventually pay for it with his life. Oaken able to find one with that hero rifle that we spoke about. So still a 4v4, 1-for-1 trade. Favorable for DarkZero, though, as they still have the firepower. Oaken slowly looking to bring up the lurk. Shots in the back, and Harmon sits it down, so limits Oaken to only 2. But again, we're even. We trade out kills as Kohler finally swings things in favor of DarkZero. YFP, 2 remaining here, stuck on the side. It's a Spectre, it's a Frenzy, it's a Hope, it's a Dream. Is it going to be enough? Reformed looks to swing out. Frenzy taken down. The double swing off the back end of a kill, and DarkZero secure their 6th.
Yeah, YFP hoping for a bit of a lineup there. Spectre play and DarkZero. Okay, I did say they were going to get more ultimates, and they have done that. So now 4 ultimates out of the possible 5 on board. Blaze-Storm probably won't be required anyway, and been insane that Screwface is only a couple away. There's one thing that's still been missing for me on this defense, and that has to be the operator. I'd like to see Screwface potentially look at giving his rifle away and just buying the up for 5k. I mean, it feels expensive, but one of the ways, in fact, I want to say the primary way that DarkZero got so much value on Ascent previously, and there it is, he does buy the operator, is because his sniping was so on point on Ascent, on defense, and getting those aggressive picks and finding Valley. He got so many first bloods, and they just haven't had that opportunity because the money, for the most part, hasn't been there.
We go Odin for Odin out towards the B site. Oh, Hunter's Fury queued up, not gonna find. Oh no, it does find a tag out towards mid, and it takes down Kohler. Mr. Juan, what are you on here? Able to find that frag. It felt like out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's one of those insane Sova plays where you just kind of throw that in there, see what sticks, put the bucket into the ocean, and you catch a couple of fish apparently. So let's see what Screwface can do. Jet's pretty deep here as well. That's the shot.
That's the one you needed there. Jet, unfortunately for DarkZero, able to find a frag on the site. Hunter's Fury to be used in response. The burn should have been heard there as Jet goes undetected for now. Mr. Juan able to find that kill onto Screwface. Operator down, and only 2 remain for DarkZero. That spike is planted. 2v4. Blades available. Hot hands to delay a push. And, well, not a whole lot to write home about here as the Odin spray goes through the wall. The reload should be the time. At DarkZero, try to get back into things. They're running out of time. That's what they don't have any of, as Ainge stays alive, but only for a moment. It was down to the last 2, but YFP pushed to map point.
Now, previously, when we looked at Icebox, it was pretty dire, but understand that DarkZero got, it was like a 5 round in a row in that second half as well, so they did a lot of catch-up. By the time we got anywhere near an OT, the scoreline was 11-11. Into an 11-12, into a 12-12. Here we have a 12-6. Yep. So basically what I'm saying is, on Icebox, by the time one of the teams hit 12, the other one was on 11. DarkZero would love to be on 11 right now, but they would have to win 5 rounds just to get to 11, and then obviously 6 rounds to get to the OT, and that seems like a bridge too far away, so Grand Finals could be decided right now.
This could be it. A Screwface looks to back away here. Jet on the site, though, going aggressive, takes down Kohler. The first to fall once more, leaves it in a 4v5 situation. All 4 off the site for DarkZero as they look to retake. They look to find a way on, and they have to worry about Mr. Juan. Blades online for both Jets here. Screwface looking to creep up. Mr. Juan goes unchecked. Screwface able to find a couple onto the side. Ainge battles back. Now it's all up to Oaken, who's been clutched before but cannot do it here. And DarkZero, they start their 6-round run right here, right now.
Yeah, check it off the list. Number 1 out of 6 completed. 5 more to go. 2 plays surviving. Critical HP. Blaze-Storm did get popped, so this is where DarkZero do expend some more of the ultimates that they did have in the back previously. They'll be building up for a few more Ange over towards the runner back again pretty soon. They haven't broken the economy of YFP completely, although it is quite low money. It does look like YFP aren't going to commit into this round properly, so maybe number 2 out of 6 on the list is going to be the easy one to check off, as it's just going to be the hero rifle of Oaken to get past.
Track them down.
And it was the hero rifle before. I'm pretty sure that secured a round for YFP. That was one of the thrifties.
DarkZero don't like to be reminded of that.
Yeah. Well, they just might be, as all 5 stack up towards A. Ainge needs a spray down, only able to find 1. Reform trades it back, run it back online. Anderson and Kohler, though, go huge, send that ultimate back. Now it's a player advantage for DarkZero as curveball comes through. Anderson finally goes answered, but Screwface and Kohler have the answers as well. It's all up to Worldwide. Vulnerable trying to sneak away. And Kohler says no way. 2 of 6 now, 4 more to go, and a couple of ultimates to work with here, Avril.
Pretty minimal losses. I think that's the important thing. If you even one more player dies, and let's say you have 2 alive instead of 3, I think your economy just hurts that much more. But only 2 rebuys feels slightly better here. Odin in play. There's no operator. Again, that is going to be probably the message written on the tombstone of DarkZero here. Just couldn't get enough operators online on the defense. Economy just wasn't there. They need to string together multiple rounds in a row to the point where, you know, they need 4 more in a row. I did say that previous one was going to be the easy one to check off. Number 3 out of 6 on the list, though, is going to be pretty tough. Be a big flash.
A good read here. Ainge looks to play off the back end. Playing counter flash, though. Screwface still able to find one. Blazewall goes up. Another curveball expended. And YFP down a player. Jet needs to try and find a way out as a position has been changed. And that door is closed. So going through market, maybe not the option here for YFP.
That's got to be the entry fragger down as well. So no reforms, no flashes outside the paranoia that Worldwide does have in Harmon. Trying to do some damage through the wall is going to end up missing. YFP do look a little bit stuck here. They have a little bit of mid control. They look like they want to do a mid to B. Market isn't completely clean. Screwface on the other side of things. And you can see that Oaken's also just chilling right now. They look like they maybe want to go back over towards short.
Wow.
30
I mean,
seconds left.
that run it back.
Kohler.
Oh, Kohler up close and personal. The paranoia only a near sight. Kohler nets 2 as Mr. Want trades it back. Screwface is here to try and find some more, but they cross on over towards the site. And it's down to the last 2 for YFP. If they want to close it out, they toss over the spike, and Anderson punishes. As Mr. Want has 3 on the round, needs the ace. Still healthy. Running out of time, though. Has utility to work with. Dodges out on the shock darts now. Might need to play for the kills. No, the spike has to go down. Is going to play for the kills. And well, with time not on your side, YFP will lose another. But you give him 10 more seconds, Avril, and that was looking scary.
I don't think you can play for the kills in a 1v2 because exactly that happens. You go for the fake plant, one person swings you, and the other person just waits. And if, you know, your teammate dies, well, there's no more time for the plant anyway. It's an auto win. So, unfortunately, that had to be a plant for YFP. They're not going to be able to do that. And DarkZero will gain another one on board. Very bloody round, though. Both sides were losing quite a decent amount. But because DarkZero technically still win, their money is okay. Operators on board. That's the important thing here. It is a bit of a glass cannon. Just the light armor available for Screwface, but should be enough.
And this time, Mr. One. Clear out mid. Hunter's Fury, usually good for the frag. Finds the tag. Not going to find the kill, but I believe a tag onto a few as Ainge goes down. Anderson is there to trade one back out towards mid. So 1 for 1 we go as Harmon backs away Screwface with the operator. Glass cannon, but A-OK to find the frags there onto Jet and Oaken. Playing the long game once more. The spike, slowly bringing up the rear as Oaken finds one out towards heaven. The lockdown now online, going to be used to open up the site to keep DarkZero away. And we'll see if Kohler chooses to use one of their own. I mean, doing their due diligence to clear out heaven completely. No lurkers allowed, says Kohler. As they back away, they look to go back to it, but Mr. Wan, assuming an aggressive position.
This is where Kohler needs to use the lockdown now. They were waiting for the lockdown to dissipate from YFP, giving the site control away, but where's the lockdown now? Mr. One's in a perfect position. Lockdown's gonna get destroyed.
Screwface. Glass cannon on the operator, now running out of time, needs to go nuclear here to hang on, and we're looking at a 13-9 finish as the kill from under heaven. Who better than Oaken to close us out? YFP, your grand final winners in 2-0 fashion.
2-0 fashion, where the first halves of both maps are 9 and 3 lockouts, barely any rounds found by DarkZero. A decent amount of effort being put into the comeback on the second halves, but it's those first halves, man. That first half of Icebox, brutal. First half of Ascent, brutal. We did see an OT on Icebox. Doesn't go quite the way of DarkZero, and something